Hi there, this is Tully, and today we're going to draw, well, we're going to start off by drawing Resident Evil creatures, and today we're going to do a hunter creature. These scared me, as I used to play the original Resident Evil game on the PlayStation back in the day. I always thought there was like little monkeys or something, with long, like claw things, and they chop your head off, and but I've since found out, doing a little bit of research for this YouTube video, that they're like reptile type creatures, which I was very surprised by. Anyway, we're drawing the head here. It comes up like it is like a some kind of, almost like it'll have a tail, but I don't think it has a tail. So start to sketch the arms now. Yeah, as I was saying, these creatures, you turn one corner on the game, and they could be lurking around the corner, and then they're just like shrieking, and they'll hack your head off. This classic game. We've got like reptile-like eyes there. Sketching the arms there. Almost looks like he's smiling. Oh dear. Don't want that to happen. Cut that bit off there. Got spikes on the side of there, maybe. Just quickly sketch them in. And these like, would be like reptile type scales on here, which you can just sketch in loosely for now. Just draw them as little squiggles for now. claw things again on the feet. Nice. Yeah, and claws on that side. So we're just in the initial sketching stage where we want to get everything right first. All the reptile scales will be all on here as well, and I'm sure on the top there's some kind of different texture type things. It almost looks like larger scales or something, I don't know. If in doubt, just make it up. Don't forget these teeth on the bottom. So I'm still refining things here. Get rid of them lines that I don't need. Sort these eyes out now. When it comes to the inking stage, we can probably sort out, you know, all these textured scale bits. So as long as we draw like a little suggestion in pencil, and then that'll act as like a little guideline, you know. I think mainly around the head there's like smaller scales, which I don't know if we can try and simulate with just like small little. We don't want to go over the top with small little details, because we'll be colouring this in later. Show the top. Obviously you'll have the other foot behind here, which will be smaller than this because it's sort of like walking. But we can tuck that behind there. There'll be more like reptile scales and stuff on here. So we're nearly getting our pencil sketch of this hunter creature sorted. Yeah, I'll probably go that way. And then there's them claw things on the bottom there. And when it comes to the inking stage, we'll just try and improve the drawing. You know, because we've done it as far as we can to draw this hunter creature character. I think most of that might be in more shadow. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, we've got our hunter creature loosely marked out. We're going to come back and we're going to start to ink this and make the drawing way better than this, more detailed, and yeah, just have fun with this drawing. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers now! Hi there, this is the inking stage of this hunter creature from Resident Evil, the game. I'd say this is more on the first game, but the inking stage is usually the best stage for me because I can change things and I can start to make these lines more permanent. So just darkening certain areas. Darken all that as well. Don't want to give it the impression it's got a nose because it hasn't. and start to draw some of these like small reptile scales, but we only want to make a suggestion out of it. You don't want to continue it around, through the whole area. I just find like a suggestion of it usually helps, just in certain areas. So we can sketch areas like this. Just make things different from what you originally sketched. Give it more energy as well, with quick lines. And whilst this isn't the traditional hunter creature, it's certainly an okay representation of one. Sort of like the Wayne Tully style of hunter creature. And then we can start to shape this creature now. Give it some thicker lines on the legs. Really don't want to draw loads of reptile scales just intricately, like with just 1, 2 or things like that. I just want to just loosely sketch them in. Saves time, especially if you're drawing like concepts and stuff and things like that and ideas down on paper. You don't want to be bogged down too much with details at the beginning of sketches. Fair enough if you're trying to finish off a sketch and make it a much finished drawing, then yeah, but I'm not. This is the way I draw, and I suppose that's the way I'll always draw. And now this leg is like facing down, so I want to try and make these look a bit thinner now. But again, just real sketchy about it. Whoops, not too sketchy. But you'll find when you come to colour this in, these little sketchy details will highlight some good shadowed areas as well, and it'll all come together quite well. At least that's the plan. Help me. No, being serious here. I'm a serious artist. Sometimes. And so let these scales just define a bit of the muscle as well. Just help them, you know, do the job there. You know, like it's like these kind of strokes there, curved, and opposite curves at the top. That usually helps anyway. More like lines and other reptilian type of stuff. So, this sort of, I want to be more in shadow this bit. Still got like little suggestions of reptile scales there. And then we've got the creature drawing. It's sort of coming together now, and then there'll be a lot of this in shadow there, which I'll try and achieve with it. Just quick cross hatching will do. Again, suggestions of dragons, no, not like dragon scales, reptile scales, sorry, get mixed up then. And then other bits here. I think the reptile scales just help sort of shape the structure of this creature. I think it looks really well when you can manage to ink all these bits of it. Quickly ink these. Again, not spending too much time on a lot of detail, but I found it good just inking quite quick. Just inking these final parts now. And you can clean this up once you've finished, you know, it's, you know, or you can take your time. I've said this before, this is just the way I draw. And yeah. So draw like little scale details underneath. Yeah. And just this hand I need to sort out. And then on the leg there'll be, you know, some little reptile scales again. How many times I've said reptile scales, but I've said them quite a lot. I'm very, very sorry. Right. Just little scribbles here and there. Claw there, just hiding, poking through. Don't want to really draw too much detail on this leg because it's sort of like tucked away behind a claw. Just do some and so here we go, we've inked our hunter creature. We can now erase all the pencil lines and things like that, and we can start to colour it in the next video. So I'll see you in the next video. I shall just put my little signature there. Yep. So yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers now. Hi there, this is Wayne Tully, and today we're going to colour in this hunter creature from Resident Evil. I've got a selection of pencils here, which hopefully are all the colours I need. So I'm going to start off by using a dark brown and just getting some areas shaded in. You don't have to follow some of the rough pencil, or ink lines should I say, that I've already done, but following some usually helps. You know, like certain lines, but not like these massive scribbly like lines. You don't have to, you know, intricately follow them or anything like that. It's the overall suggestion of, you know, what you want to colour in, really. So this is like the dark brown obviously I'm using. I'm not pressing down too hard because I don't want this to be the dominant colour on these certain areas. It's really just to add some suggestions of the brown colour, because it's going to be like mainly like light greens for like this reptile creature, hunter creature, so I'd just like a few browns in there just to help separate some of the greens, and there's going to be some blacks in there as well, black colours, maybe under the arms there. But for now I'm using the dark brown there. In fact I'll get the black Prismacolor, which is slowly going down inside. Now look at the white, bloody hell, look at that. Yeah, I'll have to buy some more. So I want this, the under, well this, not the underarm, but this side of the arm just to be in a bit of shadow there. I suppose the secret to colouring is adding in layers of colour, especially the Prismacolors that you can lay over each other, you know, colours. So that's what I recommend, trying to work out which colours go best with, you know, different type of colours. Obviously this will be all in shadow because it's been inked that way. Just like that dark area there. Maybe just at the side there. Any of the darker areas. I'll just add a bit of black in there. Maybe the under the, between the claws maybe. Under there as well. I suppose realising the shadow areas on your creatures or drawings, it really helps you work out which parts you want highlighted as well. So between them, like toes, you do the shadowed areas as well. A little bit under there, and then there'll be an area here which would probably be under shadow, so put that there. In fact that probably might be a good idea to blend that in there. Shadowed areas on that side as well. And there in some shadow area there. Right, we're going to start introducing some greens now. There's not a lot of really too many greens usually on this character, but they're mainly like pale greens or something like that. So I think that's what we're going to try and do. Not going to go too heavy on the the green colours. Notice I'm not always following the lines because it's my sketchy style shining through there. I don't believe in following lines much. Just laying down the colour is what I like to do. Just suggesting the colour. Just giving it a light colouring. Because I will be adding like a lighter green, and then probably at the end we'll use like the white just to flatten some of the colour out a bit. So I don't want the green to be too overpowering, because it's mainly more of a muted green, quite possibly bogey coloured, I don't know. Then there is like bits of brown on the actual creature anyway, bits coming through which we'll introduce later on. Some of these like reptile scale things. Just go around the edges of them slightly for now. Colour here. Corner of the eyes. I'll try and just do a few more of these scales. Don't really want to do too much green, like I said. Less is usually best sometimes. Do some slight green on the toes there. That foot is behind that hand, so I don't do much on there. So we can start using this other green now. I can sort of add some lighter areas here, because this is the part where the light usually shines, or should just shine on it, sorry. I'm sort of like building up the layers now. These greens we're trying to blend together as well in just a small, well, quick sketchy way, shall we say. See, we're just, without knowing it, we're actually building up the colour of the character slowly, instead of just laying it on and all in like big solid chunks, which a lot of artists do. You know, mainly when they're beginning, you know, they want to put solid areas of colour on, which for certain, you know, some certain drawings you can, you know, do that, but usually for best results it can be good to apply it in layers. Finish off with this green now. Applying some of the highlights. Some greeny areas on here. I don't want to do too much on there. Let's see now. Maybe get like a lighter brown. In these gaps now. Start to colour hard in these gaps and really suggest these reptile scales. Maybe layer over some of this black colour that you did, or added earlier. So these colours that they come together, these they're sort of like earthy colours, but when you're blending these colours together, it seems to work a lot better. So we're building up the layers of colour here. I'm just trying to make all the colours sort of appear the same throughout the, the drawing. Trying to get some of these browns just to help count towards this creature, this hunter creature. Blend some of that black again. Brown on the claws, just the beginning there, so we can blend it off with some maybe white Prismacolor, a touch of yellow maybe. Do the same on the feet bits there. There's one tiny claw under there, just partly showing. I suppose the key with any concept sketch that you're doing and going to colour in, the key is to work fast, and not taking your time too much on things, because the longer you take time on a piece of art, the less time you'll have for making other pieces of art. But I do understand that some pieces of art require you to spend a lot of time on them, but if you're just drawing like concepts like this and and drawings, it's best to maybe sketch real fast and then refine the drawing later on. And this is my first attempt at a hunter creature. It's not too bad. And I'm not happy with the position of the creature, but it's still like the concept that I remember from the game, the original game, I'd say, Resident Evil, the first one. I think the creature appeared in, games after that as well. Different versions of it or something, I can't remember. I'm sure it did. So just about trying to get your drawing looking how you want it really. So if you're not happy with it, then it's not point doing it, but most times it does work out. this brown colour on around this part now. Again, just quickly suggesting the colour. It's, you know, taking your time with things. It could work, but then it couldn't, so it's best to just take your time or rush. It's entirely up to you. I'm sketching a bit fast because I'm sketching against the clock, so that's why I'm colouring in a bit more faster, but you can take your time as well. But then I prefer to colour this way. Different shades of colour, pressing hard and then thinning off. Release the pressure, and that's how you do shading as well. Press real hard and then thin off like that. See all these layers coming together now. You can see the browns and the greens coming together, so it's a good way of working when you're doing the colour. And Prismacolors are really good for layering over each other, so that's why I prefer to use them. Across all these colours you're sort of making the hunter creature look like a dirty reptilian creature, so that's the effect you want to go for. Don't be afraid to experiment as well with colours. You know, sometimes it doesn't work when you overlay a certain colours, but when it does work, you'll find it's a good way of working. I think got some red for the mouth, which I forgot to get out, but I just got that just a moment ago. Bit of red in there, and then I'll just smooth that over with my tiny ickle white Prismacolor. I need to get some more. That's the first one to go usually in a pack of Prismacolors, the white, because I'm always using it to blend over colours. And that's a nice pink mouth colour. It's all blended out there, and you could probably add, you know, the colours in there. For the eyes, I just want to do a smooth layer of green over the top. I don't really want to do too much like the colour green. I could maybe yellow that out a bit. Again, not pressing too hard. I don't want it to be a solid yellow colour. Just want the eyes just to stand out, that's all. do some more highlights now on some of these white areas. Again, not pressing down too hard because I don't want to finalise the image yet in like yellow, because we can start to blend other areas together. It's mainly the highlights I just want to colour in. And the highlights are usually the white areas you've left. Try and blend that in with some of the greens as well. I'll just start to finish some more of the shadow, just define some of the areas more. I'll put a bit of brown and that part there, just around the edges. And some more darker brown on this top part. Try and get some of the dark browns under there a bit more. So I want to try and finish this off now. And carry some browns through onto the scales as well. Dark brown. Is the dog yawning? Must be bored of me drawing. Never mind. And yeah, we've got the main colours there down there. Maybe try and blend some of this now with the white, just in certain areas. I don't want to do, you know, too many areas. Just want to blend some of these colours and make them more smoother. You see there, that's the effect I wanted to achieve anyway. And when you finish the drawing, it probably won't stop there. You probably want to do like finishing touches to it, and you know, things like that. Usually once I've finished, I've finished. Start another drawing. See, we'll pull out a bit. That looks really good blended as opposed to that. So what we'll do now is I'll blend this all off camera, because you don't want to see me just go through it all, blending it all and stuff like that, and then we'll see what we're left with for the final finishing touches. So I'll see you in a minute. So I've used the white just to blend key areas there, which you can see it's slightly more smoother. If I had more time I would do that. I've just got a yellow now, just doing some more highlighted areas quickly, and then we'll just finish off. Do them teeth just slightly yellow, not totally yellow, just to help, you know, with the overall colour scheme of things. There's some yellow on the claws just to highlight them. Even though they're mainly white in the game, but I'll just add a bit of yellow to them. It helps blend the brown in as well. Wobbling. I'll just leave it as that for now. A few bits yellow here and there. That's how I'd colour it with Prismacolors, rather quicker than I would have thought, if I can speak properly. So yeah, the Hunter Creature video with Prismacolors. So I'll see you in the next video, which hopefully will be lots of them coming soon. Cheers now!